Most men spend years trying to figure out what makes a woman truly fall in love, but almost every single one of them is looking in the wrong place. You've probably been told that women want attention, compliments, or a man who never says no to them. Maybe you've tried being the nice guy, the one who gives her everything, your time, your energy, your loyalty, only to end up ignored, replaced, or rejected when she suddenly loses interest. The truth is harsh, but freeing once you understand it. Love isn't created by what you give, it's triggered by how you make her feel. And there are only 3 things that awaken that deep desire, that irresistible pull that makes a woman chase you, dream of you, and never forget you. This video isn't about tricks or fake confidence. It's not about pretending to be someone you're not. It's about understanding the psychology behind attraction, the subconscious reasons a woman chooses one man and rejects another. You'll finally see the proofs, the signs, and the evidences of what really creates love, commitment, and loyalty in a relationship. And once you understand these secrets, you'll stop wasting time chasing women who never saw your worth. You'll stop falling for lies or believing in infidelity disguised as affection. You'll learn how to awaken desire, how to make her think about you all the time, and how to position yourself as the kind of man she doesn't want to lose, ever. So, let me ask you a few questions. Have you ever been in a situation where a girl said she wasn't ready for a relationship, only to fall for another man right after you? Have you felt the sting of betrayal, when your loyalty was rewarded with cheating or silence? Or maybe you're in that space right now, where she's pulling away, testing you, ignoring your texts, and you're trying to understand what went wrong. This video will answer those questions, not with comforting lies, but with psychological truth. You'll discover the 3 reasons women fall in love, not the fairy tale version, but the real subconscious attraction triggers that most men never learn. By the end, you'll understand how to conquer a woman naturally, how to make her chase you without effort, and how to build a connection that feels magnetic, not forced. Now, before we dive into these 3 things, understand this. Women don't fall in love with effort. They fall in love with energy. That might sound strange, but think about it. A man can buy gifts, send 1,000 good morning texts, or act like a millionaire trying to impress, but none of that guarantees love.
Why?
Because attention is not attraction. The subconscious part of a woman's psychology responds to something deeper, something that activates her instincts, her desire, her curiosity. And if you don't know what that something is, you'll keep playing a game you can't win. The first secret we'll uncover is the hidden magnet that makes a woman feel safe yet thrilled at the same time, the rare balance between strength and emotional control. The second is how her own investment creates attachment, the way you can use psychological seduction techniques to let her chase you instead of you chasing her. And the third, the one most men never realize, is how authenticity and purpose make you unforgettable, how a man who lives with mission becomes irresistible without saying a word. These are not pickup tricks. They're psychological proofs, tested through experience, that explain why some men get love, loyalty, and commitment, while others get ghosted, rejected, and replaced. You'll learn to spot the signs she's interested before she even speaks. You'll understand why fake confidence collapses under pressure. And you'll see how to create instant attraction not by chasing, but by being the calm in her chaos, the man who doesn't react, doesn't beg, and never loses control. So, if you're tired of guessing what she wants, if you're done being the guy she only calls when it's convenient, stay right here. Because what you're about to learn will change how you see women, relationships, and even yourself. This isn't about becoming cold or manipulative. It's about learning how attraction truly works on a subconscious level and how to use it to create a real connection. It's one of the strongest signs of true masculine energy. She feels it even if she can't explain it, and in that calm confidence, she finds both security and desire. Think about it. Every woman has been in situations where men lose their cool. A guy gets jealous because she didn't text back. Another man becomes needy when she seems distant. They panic, test, accuse, and demand reassurance, behaviors that only prove one thing: insecurity. When you act like that, you tell her, subconsciously, that she can control you. You've given her your power. And once she realizes that, attraction starts to fade. She might still enjoy the attention, but deep down she knows she can't trust your strength. Love cannot grow in emotional chaos. Now imagine the opposite. You're the man who never begs for validation, never argues over meaningless things, and never lets a woman's emotional storms shake your sense of direction. You don't react to tests, you observe them. You don't chase, you lead. That's when her subconscious mind starts to rewire. She begins to feel drawn to you in ways she can't logically explain. You've become the calm in her storm, and that calm is irresistible. That's the difference between being liked and being desired. But here's the part that most men ignore. Emotional control doesn't mean being cold. It means being grounded. It's not about rejecting your emotions, it's about mastering them. A man who understands his emotions, who can express himself without betraying his power, becomes rare. And in a world full of fake confidence and shallow tricks, that authenticity becomes magnetic. Women can sense it instantly. It's a form of quiet proof, a living evidence of strength that no material success can replace. Even a millionaire who lacks it will always lose to a grounded man with purpose. When you embody that kind of stability, she starts to see you differently. You become a challenge not because you play games, but because you're not easily moved. You don't crumble when she tests you. You don't explode when she pulls away. Instead, you respond with humor, calmness, or silence, not as a trick, but because you're focused on something bigger than her mood, your mission. That's when attraction transforms into admiration, and admiration is the true gateway to love. Most guys are trapped in emotional dependence. They center their world around women, and when things don't go their way, they fall apart. They stop chasing their goals, stop leading themselves, and start trying to fix a relationship that's already broken. But a woman doesn't want to fix you. She wants to follow a man who doesn't need fixing. She wants to feel your direction. When you walk in purpose, your silence becomes powerful. Your focus becomes attractive. Your consistency becomes proof that you're the kind of man she can commit to. Let's get real. Every woman runs subconscious tests to measure your strength. She might ignore a text, flirt with someone else in front of you, or challenge your opinion. These aren't random, they're psychological tests. She's asking one question: can this man handle pressure? Fail those tests by overreacting, by begging, by accusing, and she'll stop seeing you as the leader of her emotions. But pass them, and her desire deepens. She'll start to chase you, not because of what you said, but because of what she felt when you stayed unshaken. You don't chase, you choose. And when you live like that, a woman doesn't just like you. She respects you, trusts you, and eventually falls deeply in love. The second thing that makes a woman fall in love is her own investment in the relationship. Most men never realize this because they're conditioned to give endlessly: gifts, attention, favors, and energy, while the woman does very little in return. Here's the psychological truth: people value what they invest in. If she hasn't sacrificed her time, her effort, or her emotions for you, her attachment remains shallow. She might enjoy your company or the benefits of being with you, but deep desire and genuine love won't develop. In other words, commitment requires reciprocity, and when the scales are one-sided, women don't stay. Think of it like this. Imagine two men. The first cancels plans with his friends, spends his last dollar on her, texts obsessively, and bends over backwards to satisfy her every whim. The second man is focused on his goals, his mission, and his own life, yet he respects and values her. When they spend time together, the woman has to invest effort, maybe by planning the next date, showing interest in his projects, or contributing emotionally. Which man will she grow attached to? The second, without question, because her own investment creates emotional wiring that forms desire, attachment, and eventually love. She has skin in the game, and that subconscious proof is irreplaceable. Here's the part most men never see. When a woman invests in you, she isn't just showing loyalty, she's building her own attachment. Every effort she makes strengthens her emotional bond, deepening her desire for you and creating a powerful sense of ownership over the connection. On the flip side, if you do everything and she does nothing, you become replaceable. No psychological trick, no millionaire lifestyle, no superficial charm can compensate for this imbalance. Her subconscious will always know, and she may leave for a man who lets her contribute and invest. This principle also explains why infidelity or cheating often feels more tolerable for some women. If she hasn't invested emotionally, she can walk away without guilt. But if she's poured time, energy, and emotion into a man, leaving becomes almost unbearable. That's why allowing her to participate, to show up, and to invest without pressure is one of the most powerful tools in attraction psychology. It creates proofs of attachment that no gift or text can replicate. The third thing that makes a woman fall in love is your authenticity and your purpose. A man without direction or mission is invisible in her subconscious. Women can sense when someone lacks focus, when his confidence is fake, or when his charm is a mask for insecurity. That's why millionaires or high-status men often fail in relationships if they have no emotional depth or purpose. Attraction isn't about status alone. It's about the energy you carry, the psychological signals you send, and the direction in which you're moving. A man with purpose is magnetic because he's building a life she can't resist being part of. Purpose does something remarkable. It creates tests and questions in her mind that fuel her desire. She wonders, what drives him? Why doesn't he chase me? And her subconscious starts working overtime, weaving attachment and curiosity together. When combined with emotional stability and her own investment, purpose transforms attraction into love. It becomes effortless. She never has to wonder if she's the only one. She's drawn because you're living a life she wants to be near, not because you begged for attention or performed tricks. Here's a key truth about these three principles. They work together. Emotional stability builds trust and safety. Her investment creates emotional attachment and proofs of value. Purpose and authenticity generate desire and respect. By applying them, you'll see results in real life. Women showing up when you need them, genuine desire replacing fleeting attention, and deeper emotional bonds that last. You'll become irresistible, not because you chased it, but because you earned it through self-mastery, strategy, and understanding the subconscious psychology of love. So, if you've ever felt ignored, rejected, or replaced, remember this. It wasn't because you weren't enough. It was because the fundamental principles of love and desire weren't in place. Women are not complicated. They're predictable when you understand the right signs, the reasons, and the proofs that trigger attachment. Emotional stability, her own investment, and your purpose are the three pillars, and mastering them is how you stop chasing and start being chosen. Have you noticed how some men seem to naturally attract women without effort, while others are stuck in doubt and fear? I put together something that can change that completely. It's a complete guide with practical strategies that can transform your way of connecting and help you build genuine connections. Check the first pinned comment. It's worth a look. If you've uncovered these powerful secrets and want to go even further, here's another revealing video you can't afford to miss. Watch it to discover the subtle ways women reveal their true intentions and learn how to protect yourself. Because the more you understand, the more control you'll have over your love life.